Congrats, you finished your screenplay. And even a bigger congrats, you've gotten someone to agree to read it. So now you wonder, are they going to steal my incredible idea? Are they going to steal my screenplay and make it their own? So you go and you talk to a lawyer friend, and a lawyer says, give them an NDA. What's an NDA? A non-disclosure agreement. That they have to read this and sign this, and they can't disclose anything that they read. Is that the move that you should make? Well, I'm here to tell you, no, that's not what you should do. I did a video on this way back, and I wanted to redo it because I do still get this question asked a lot, and I get NDAs submitted with screenplays when somehow I've agreed to read their screenplay as a favor or something like that, and they throw the NDA at me. Now, I'm first going to say to you that the NDA is not given out on any professional level. The exception being if it is some Marvel or Lucasfilm property that you are not allowed to disclose to anybody because it's very sensitive IP. But other than that, on any professional level, no one does that. No one signs an NDA, and that's the way to get somebody to read your screenplay. It's a mistake, and it's a mistake for you because it makes you look like an amateur. If you throw that NDA out there to somebody that has experience, the first thing they're going to think of is this person's never sold a screenplay before. They don't know the process. Now, you go, Tom, but what if they steal my idea? Okay, number one, that rarely happens. There is so many timestamps these days with emails and the text communications so that it's so easy to prove when something was sent. This is not years ago when there was just no way to, if you handed a screenplay physically to somebody, you had to prove that somehow. But bottom line is there's always stories of some screenplay getting stolen from somebody and there's a major lawsuit. And those stories have been around for years. And I'm not saying they didn't happen, but you have to look deeper sometimes into how they happened. Maybe it was vengeful or maybe it was forgetful. One person was fired and this other person was there and they picked up the screenplay and they ran with it. There's more usually to the story, but where the story usually ends is that it's a $100 million lawsuit or something ridiculous. Now, do you think a studio would want to risk a $100 million lawsuit versus just paying you the Writers Guild fee and having you as an asset? So it doesn't even make logical sense. And then when you're talking to a production company or something like that, if you're making that move to begin with, you're kind of telling them that you value your screenplay so much and you think that it's a stealable screenplay. And many times, if you're still on that level, you're not at the level of writer that you should be at as far as being able to get your screenplays made into a film. So understand that it's an accepted rule that when somebody says, yeah, I'd love to read your screenplay, please send it to me, that you should send it. You should send it whatever way, via email. You can even print it out. Those are great sometimes to give the physical copies to people. I still value that a lot, especially for old school people to have something physical that they can hang on to. But throwing that NDA out, which may have incredibly crazy language in. I remember, pretty much across the boards, every time somebody says that, I just say, no, I don't send NDAs. And then 90% of the time after that, when I say I don't sign them, they come back and they say, well, that's fine. Here's the screenplay. Okay. The people that don't, it's okay. That's fine. But once or twice I've read these NDAs and they're ridiculous. They're like, I remember one time somebody sent me a script about basketball, and the NDA had language basically saying if I ever made a basketball movie in the future, that this person could sue me. That's ridiculous. And so nobody wants to be held to that. And you cannot copyright just an idea that you had in your head. But think about the lift that it would take to take your screenplay and then rework it into my whole idea, and then take the months that I take to write screenplay and write mine because I went, oh, that's what I want to do that. It just doesn't make feasible or logical sense. So I will tell you this, if you're worried about the screenplay being stolen, stop that. It's too easy to prove when the screenplay was sent, when the text messages went across, all of that stuff, okay? So ultimately, understand that on the professional level, an NDA is not necessary at all. Hey everybody, quick pitch on the Movie Producer Mastermind at Filmmaking Stuff HQ. If you want to learn how to finance your film, make your film, and then sell it and distribute it, this is where you need to be. It's the ultimate resource for putting your movie together. If you want to make your dream come true, you're going to want to check it out. Also hit like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. We put up new free content every week.